I'm on a quest to have a second healthy baby, and that means I'm not putting any toxins, any fragrances in my body, and that's where Caraway Home cookware and their Tupperware come into play. Right now, when you use my code TSFS at carawayhome.com, you get 10% off. I'm sure you're like, Sarah, what are you talking about? Well, Caraway products are non-toxic. That means they have no PFAs, PTFEs, those forever chemicals that are extremely hard to pronounce. And I just ordered their storage containers in navy. Oh, and hello, they don't have any toxic chemicals either. Don't believe me? Go and read their 5-star reviews. Over 65,000 people have rated them 5 stars. Visit carawayhome.com/TSFS to take advantage of this limited time offer for 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive to Sarah Fraser Show listeners, so support my show and visit carawayhome.com/TSFS or use code TSFS at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern. All right, very special podcast today. Schman is back. Hi, Schman.
Hey, it's great to be back on the show. Long time.
It's been way too long. And, you know, we're going to be doing a couple of things today. IVF update. I've started my IVF shots. And how do you think they're going?
Are we going to, I don't want to tell you how to host a show, but usually you get into the topics, like you say, this is what we're going to talk about. And then rather than talk about them each time, you give everyone a tease.
That's because he's not helping with the shots. I'm doing it all myself. We'll get into that. IVF update. We're trying the infamous Costco. We are Costco members. There's apparently a 2-pound banana bread at Costco that people go they go bananas for. I'll do the pun.
It's 2.5 pounds, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh. So we're going to review it and eat it, and then we're going to dive into some pop culture topics, including a podcast guest that went viral on not my show, but on a different show, who says that if a man makes $50K or less, they shouldn't be dating. And I want to know your thoughts, because I actually can't remember. You and I will have been married 5 years this summer. 5 years. And we've been together like 11. So I was trying to think if you were making $50K when I first met you.
I think I was, but I have some thoughts on that one too. I like that we're sharing a mic. It's like we're on that, it's like we're recording We Are the World.
Oh, that was a good documentary, wasn't it?
It was.
We are the world.
Wow. That's,
And it really did sort of secure my goals of not goals, but my understanding of how bizarre Michael Jackson was, because Lionel Richie was talking about how he would go to his house and just like Bubbles, the chimp, would be there like ready to tear his face off. And then they'd be in his recording studio and he'd hear this hiss. And it was like the boa constrictor that Michael had like lost. And Michael was like, oh, there you are. There you are, Pinky. And
That's exactly. No, you're incredibly talented. I was going to compliment you on your singing, and now your MJ impression is, hey, bobblehead.
Hey, doo-doo head. Anyway, R.I.P. So what do you want to do? Do you want to, I'm going to cut the banana bread, and I'm going to ask you, actually, I can't ask you about my IVF journey because you're not really helping.
Let's back it up just a quick moment. I have offered to help. You have cut me out of the process.
When did you offer to help with the shots? I think I will say there's a lot of tutorials leading up to this, right? With the IVF clinic. There's a lot of, you have to watch modules, you have to be on a training session. And I did, because we're both working, very busy, I did not want to bog you down with that. So if you didn't do the training for how to inject yourself, you really can't help me with the shots. So it's actually fine. But I'm just saying I could go for like a massage. You could be, a little more inquisitive.
I offered assistance yesterday and you shut me out. And plus I've watched ER and Train Spotting. I know how needles work. We can make this all work. That's fine.
Wow, I am several days in now of my shots, Galonal F and on Menopur. And so far so good. The Menopur burns when you're jabbing it in you. And I will say it was a bit confusing. Thank God we have our neighbor is like emergency room nurse, so she was able to kind of help me figure out the dosages. And then so I've been able to do that, but we're off to a good start. We head to San Ramon this week. We're going to be up there for about 5 days, and within that 5-day period, I'm going to have my retrieval. So far, so good. I feel tired. I feel bloated. I feel emotional. Have you noticed any of that?
How much is that related to the actual treatment that you're on?
A lot. Don't you think I'm a little more bloated than normal?
This seems like a trick question.
You've been there. You know, when it comes to my weight, you always say, because one time I asked Schman after a Christmas holiday, I said, are you super attracted to me?
Okay. It was after a Christmas holiday where you indulged quite enthusiastically, we'll say.
Okay. And I said to you, are you super attracted to me? And you said, not super. And that was the word. And I've never forgot. You never say that as a man. I don't even know why and now you are very good at lying.
I didn't say I was not attracted to you. You asked me super attracted. And at the time I was not super attracted. Attracted, yes, always, but it's
hot. You've actually gotten more attracted to me, actually, in the past year. What's changed? I think you like a little candy coating on me, I think.
Let's get into since we're talking about candy coating, let's get into the banana bread.
All right, you hold the mic. And look, I want to ask you this, right? We watched on TV this past weekend the NBA All-Star Game. And there's been a lot in the news about women's sports. Caitlin Clark, who all I know is, I believe, a point guard, right, for Iowa State. Am I anywhere close? You hold the mic. I'll cut the bread.
Yeah, you're close. Caitlin Clark plays for Iowa. Oh. She's a shooting guard.
Okay.
Maybe with her height, she could be a 3. But yeah, she set the scoring record, the NCAA scoring record for women's basketball players. And then you had Sabrina Ionescu and Steph Curry doing their 3-point challenge on the Saturday night of the NBA All-Star Game, which is what we watched.
And you seemed thrilled to see Sabrina lose. I'm just going to say you were triggered. I thought this was the new battle of the sexes. Now, I know I don't really watch sports. I couldn't have pulled Sabrina out of a lineup. I like Steph Curry, just from what I've seen. He seems like a class act of a person, his wife. They don't seem thirsty for attention. I mean, I can't criticize people. I'm very thirsty. But it just drives me nuts, some of these athletes, the wives. They're so thirsty for any attention. But they always seem chill. You want the mic? No,
you accused me of being triggered. I'm not triggered. What in fullest, I have coached and coach female athletes. Okay. I respect all of women's sports, and I think women's sports is a great outlet for young female athletes. So when they have someone to look up to, it is not Steph Curry, it's Sabrina Ionescu. It is not Lionel Messi, it's, Alex Morgan. I think for a role model standpoint, having a female professional athlete to aspire to is a much better example than men. So I respect that. What I don't like is having women's sports shoehorned into men's sports to try to get me to watch the WNBA. I don't want to watch the WNBA. It's not that I'm not their audience, and it's not to say I don't support it. It's just not what I want to watch. So I feel like they are that is the NBA forcing content onto us, which frankly is what every company and media conglomerate does. But that's what bothers me. And there's another example. We were talking about it earlier. There was this fun soccer tournament that was played last summer in June in North Carolina. It was called the Sevens, and it was a 7-on-7 outdoor soccer tournament. And they had different teams, like Indiana University soccer program had an alumni team. There were some different men's semi-pro teams. And then there was a team of former women's international players, U.S. women's national team players, that they had a team. And guess how well they did in that tournament? I don't know. Not well. They got shelled, completely shelled in that tournament. It was one of these kind of funny things that they were like, oh, we're going to have this women's team that's going to participate in it. And to me, that's just a circus. And it's not to say I disrespect women athletes. Women have their own professional outlet. Men have theirs. And when I watch sports, I want to watch, if I want to watch women's soccer, which I do, it has its own value, and I just don't like it being shoehorned into my Saturday viewing.
What did you think of Taylor Swift then in the NFL? Because I always say to people now, I say, watch the NFL, arguably one of the most successful brands in the world, arguably the most recognizable, and here they are using of course she's as big as Michael Jackson, so she's like the biggest star in the world, I think, as well. All they do is use her image to get women in now, to get more kids in, to get addicted to football. What did you think of her crossover?
Taylor Swift or Taylor Psyop? You guys know what I'm talking about. No, that's a once in a lifetime.
Like being pushed, having her pushed on you?
I don't particularly care for like it's I don't. She's not that heavily promoted. I mean,
are you kidding? Are you kidding? Oh my God, this whole season, anytime that they would open, they'd go, oh, the Kansas City Chiefs are playing the Raiders and Taylor Swift is in attendance. That was the second thing out of all these commentators' mouths. You think Jim Vance knows who the hell she is, or Tony Romo even cares? I guarantee they were mandated. All right, Taylor's here. We got you guys, NFL mandate. We're going to talk about her. Like, that's what men do. They like. Okay, anyway, I was hoping Sabrina won.
This is quite...
I love men. But, I mean, when they run companies, they're, like, all about the bottom line. And that's what they wanted. They wanted to make money off her, and they did. And she was generous. I would have said, stop showing my image unless you're paying... Maybe she is getting paid. Okay, go on.
Wow. Now who's talking conspiracy theories?
All right.
I watch enough football. You know what? If more people get involved in the game, and it's a nice distraction from all the other terrible things that the NFL has done or will do. For me, that wasn't bothered me because they're not forcing Taylor Swift's music on me. They're not forcing me to buy tickets to the Eras tour. I'm watching football, and you know what? If there was celebrities in the stadium, celebrities on the sideline, they do that all the time. But yeah, she is also happens to be arguably the biggest star in the world right now.
Totally, completely. Okay, so you don't I wonder if other men feel this. I'm sure all the men. Do you think a lot of other men feel this way about these sports? They don't want to be shoved with Sabrina down their throats and all this. You think the guys are... I mean, because the thing I love about you is you really are a dude's dude. Like men and bros, love you. They're always like, damn, like Schman.
Is that what they're like?
Oh, wait. Yeah. You attract men. They love you. And I'm not sure if that's good or bad, to be honest.
What can I say? Just guys being dudes.
Do you think most men are, and obviously, what do you think? The WNBA, they need the promotion, right? Is what you're telling me. These soccer things for women need the promotion. So they get with the guys and they do it.
Well, yeah. Any audience, we have far more content than ever before, and you're trying to capture people's eyes and ears. And, if we have a daughter who plays sports, we will watch WNBA games. We will watch NWSL matches. But if we don't, if we're blessed with, just boys, sure, we might watch it, but...
Then to hell with the women's league. I don't want to see them.
Yeah, we want to watch the best. We want to watch men bump heads against each other, drink beer, eat hot dogs.
I wonder how many men feel the same way after the All-Star game. I thought that was great. I wish she would have won, but because you were like, I hope Steph buries her. And then, I mean, he didn't exactly bury her, but I think, what did he get? 28 3-point shots, and she got 25?
The final score was 29-26, albeit she was using a women's ball, which is smaller than a men's ball, so you could put an asterisk next to it.
Okay. And now I will receive more 1-star reviews.
Hold on. Listen. You want to, hey, if you want to...
I don't care. Say what you want. I love people's opinions on my show. I don't care.
If you want to go full heel turn, it'd be like, listen, if they're going to have a bake-off, then, yeah, she can go ahead and win. But
that's so sexist. Okay,
That's a joke. That's a joke, guys.
Why don't we move on to something maybe more?
Speaking of bake-offs, should we try some of this?
So we read this article about, we do enjoy foods on this show. We've tried various foods. It's not that great. It's not that great. While you were ranting, I was noshing on the 2.5-pound banana bread from Costco that's supposed to be all the rage. And don't you love discovering new games for your phone that are a bit of a mind teaser, a little bit of a mystery, and aren't filled with annoying ads? Boom, I got it for you. Seeker's Notes. Guys, Seeker's Notes is a game already played by 40 million fans. And the best part about this game, it isn't one of those games just for killing time. It's a perfect stress reliever, too. The game is great with community and social interactions. Every puzzle is a workout for your brain, baby. Also, the best part, like I mentioned, totally no annoying ads. It's no Wi-Fi needed, and it's free. Now, it has a variety of virtual collectibles as well. Beyond the captivating visuals and immersive atmosphere, Seeker's Note offers a treasure trove of virtual collectibles. These are not mere items. They are relics and add depth and meaning to your journey. What are you waiting for? Get playing today. Get a little stress reliever. Oh, nothing is better than a fun game on your phone. Download Seeker's Notes now. This is a first for the Sarah Fraser Show. I have partnered with a mindful eating doctor. You guys know I gained and lost 150 pounds until I found mindfulness and quit all fad dietings. If you have tried every diet under the sun, I want to introduce you to Dr. Applin at Optimal Body. Go to myoptimalbody.com, request an appointment, and be sure to say that the Sarah Fraser Show sent you, because you can qualify for a free personalized assessment, plus a bonus free 30-day supply of their gut repair product when you sign up for a customized plan. Again, that's myoptimalbody.com to request an appointment. I have never partnered with a fad weight loss company, and I never will. Dr. Applin is the real deal. If you have even tried Ozempic and it didn't work for you, you need to see him. Starts with a gut reset, and they actually make a plan for you that is long-term and slow weight loss, so you can keep it off and change your life forever. Don't believe me? Go and read their mindful 5-star reviews. Go to myoptimalbody.com and tell them the Sarah Fraser Show sent you.
I'm sure your fans are enjoying us chewing. What is that? SMR?
ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the positive about it? I like the generosity of nuts on the top. I do.
That's what she said.
I like the generosity of nut coating on the top. All walnuts.
Phrasing. It's not bad.
It's not great.
Well, it's a 2.5-pound loaf of banana bread from Costco. You're not going to insert famous bakery name, Magnolia Bakery in New York, right? This is perfect.
I'm tired of the internet making these things all like sound great. Okay, first of all, you know what my critique is? What?
Well, hold on. Maybe, just maybe, we should stop taking advice from the internet.
All right, that too. But you know what I don't like about it? Real banana bread, you almost have the strands and the chunks of the banana that almost kind of fall to the bottom of a good banana bread.
One of
You hold the mic. I'm getting another slice.
One of my friends, his mom, you would make, there would be like a whole banana through the loaf.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now that is banana bread. But see, there's no real.
No, you know what?
If you're watching us on YouTube. There's no
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
There's no real chunks of the banana in this bread. Do you see any? Hold it up. We also slathered it with butter.
My jeweler's glass here. See what we got.
Oh. No, there isn't any. You're tearing apart the bread. There is no strands of banana. It doesn't. My issue with commercial banana bread, whether it's at Costco or anywhere, and this is $6.99. I think that's a lot of money. $6.99. Now, I guess it's 2.5 pounds. It is almost like 2 loaves of bread in one. But I'm sorry, I'm not paying nearly $10 for something that doesn't taste really banana-y. And where's your friend there that makes the whole banana in it?
Well, clearly his mom doesn't work in Costco. This is not bad. The banana flavor is not overpowering. It is subtle, but distinct. It is surprisingly moist. I like the nut coating, as my wife so eloquently put. She loves the nut coating. It's not bad.
It's not great. What do you give this out of 10? 10 being the best. No, it's a 4 for me.
I was going to say like a 5 or a 6. I'd be if I want good banana bread, we'll either bake it ourselves or we'll go to an actual bakery. But
okay. I'm going to give it a 5. You know what? I like the top crust. Mm-hmm. You know, the top crust has flavor. The rest of the bread, no. But they ought to cut off the top.
Just sell the top crust. Mm-hmm. Shout out Costco. I'm not going to, when I go, I often will treat myself to a slice of giant cheese pizza and maybe a churro if I want to really punish myself. Excuse me. This is perfectly fine. I'm not going to make a special trip for it, but if people love 2.5 pounds of banana bread, then they should indulge.
So far, the best thing we reviewed food-wise on this show, the best surprise, was that Pizza Hut Christmas box of pizza. What? It was.
Was it the
Yes, it was the best. It actually tasted, the Pizza Hut pizza was way better than I anticipated. Way better. We need to do, In-N-Out next.
There's not much I can eat. On that.
No, they have a secret menu. You can get like a vegan burger.
No, they don't have vegan. What you can get at In-N-Out is you can get a grilled cheese sandwich, or you can get just nothing but veggies. That's all you can get. You can't. They don't have plant-based patties or veggie patties. So we could.
All right. Well, we'll try that next.
Yeah.
Okay. This is all right. I modify my rating.
Okay.
The top crust is excellent, and I appreciate the amount of nut coating. So I'm going to go with a 5 out of 10. 10 being, this is excellent. You should buy it. I for the cost, I don't know. Is anything $3.99 anymore? How is the dollar store still in business? Inflation's insane. There can't be anything at the dollar store anymore for $1. And this almost $10, and it tastes like this? I don't think so. I want to write a letter.
I appreciate your general rounding up of something that's $6.99, rounding up, be like, it's $10. No, it's $7.
Okay, well.
No,
the crust is good. All right, I'll even give it a 6. I'll modify it one more time. Wow. 6 out of 10.
Okay. One bite. Everyone knows it. Can we use that? No? Okay.
Dave will be mad. All right, let's move on to the internet. Have you heard of a couple named Pookie and Jett Campbell from TikTok?
Have I? No. Who the hell am I?
You don't know who Pookie and Jett are?
I just said, who the hell are Pookie and Jett?
Okay. I'm going to have you watch a video of Pookie and Jett, and I want your full reactions, okay? Pookie and Jett are a married couple, influencers on the internet, and people have a lot of thoughts about them, all right? So we're going to play this video from their TikTok, and then I want your reactions. Here we go.
First night in Aspen.
Going to dinner at the hotel tonight, and damn, my snow bunny Pookie is looking absolutely fire. Babe, the all black with a touch of pink is a knockout. So what are you wearing?
Thank you. I'm wearing Meow top, Danielle Guzio little shrug with the fur, and an Amanda Upritchard skirt and my Kelly.
Fantastic. I am wearing a Gutteridge jacket from Capri, Italy, a Brooks Brothers shirt, alligator belt, Paige jeans, of course, and Nile Crocodile Allen's boots from Austin, Texas tonight.
I love the pink. We kind of match.
Yes.
First night in Aspen.
That has 6 million views on TikTok. Now, these two are the it couple of TikTok.
Second night in Aspen.
He reviews her fashion.
And Pookie, I would say you were looking quintessential Aspen. What are you wearing?
Thank you. So, Aspen is very bougie.
What are your first thoughts of Pookie? He calls her Pookie. Pookie and Jett. Puckett. Sorry, their last names are Puckett. Pookie's real name is Campbell.
This is what, like, this is life. This is what content here.
People stalk these two. They're obsessed with them. I kind of want them on the show. And the debate about him is he a gentle man or a y'all sexual? Have you ever heard of a y'all sexual?
You're bombarding me with a lot of questions here.
Well, a y'all sexual is like Joe Simpson, Jessica Simpson's dad, and Todd Chrisley. Do you know who Todd Chrisley is?
Yes, okay. Now I know
Todd
Todd
Chrisley is
okay.
considered a y'all sexual. Okay.
Now I understand.
Like
Yeah.
a Southern man who.
A little
Sweetheart,
a little
we all
bit-
know,
a little
but
bit.
right, but he's a y'all sexual because he is straight. Todd says he is straight with Julie. So, do you think that Jett? This is the ongoing discussion from what you've seen. I think Jett is a gentleman, not a y'all sexual. Do you?
I'm still a little thrown back here at this whole. So he is who he is. Good for him.
Friday night going to
They
the lodge.
her
So
vocal fry would
what I'm wearing.
drive me to drink.
So cute, it should be illegal. It's true.
Thank you. This hat is a bit much, but it's also, it makes a
That is
statement.
just right, Pookie.
And I'm wearing a Goldberg sweater, splits, leggings, moon boots, and YSL.
Main boots with the leggings, pure fire.
I think I understand.
People adore them.
They good for them. I hope they enjoy. I hope that is the 15 minutes for them. But they are yikes. I just don't get it. Her vocal fry is terrible, and he is an enabler. And frankly, they should both get real jobs if that's all they do.
They do. He's like in investments. He does investments, and apparently he's part of a chicken dynasty down in Atlanta. I think the grandfather has like a famous KFC spot.
Okay, Pookie, I love your denim top.
Wait, yeah, could you review my outfit right now? What do you tell me? Give everybody a description of what I look like, all right? Where are we going? Right now we are going here. We're eating banana bread in our studio. Our son is asleep. Talk to me about what I look like.
Your faux black leather pants are fire, and your denim top screams Jay Leno's Garage, and
I'm Pookie, more like Poochie with this, you know what I mean?
your words. Your denim top makes you look like you're at Jay Leno's hand-me-down Emporium, and you're about to go to Canada too.
That is more insulting than the Poochie. Oh my God. All right. Well, anyway, they are the rage of the internet. And now you know. Now you're up to speed on Pookie and Jett. And is he a gentleman or a y'all sexual?
I still am struggling with the difference between a gentleman and
A gentleman is like kind, good to his woman, like a Southern raised, you know, you're Midwestern raised. What are Midwestern men with value called? You know, with,
just normal guys, I guess.
well, you're a gentle man. That would be you. Sometimes I wonder if you are a y'all sexual, but that's
Don't judge me. Don't question my lifestyle.
What do you make of this podcast interview? So a podcast guest came on. She says that men who make $50,000 or less should not be dating because they have absolutely nothing to give women. Okay, they don't make enough money. And I had to think about this for a second, and the internet is divided about this. Talitha Trope from Atlanta, and you looked up, you did some research on her. She was on the Poor Minds podcast alongside the co-host, and she considers herself a dating strategist. And she discusses her personal standards when it comes to being courted. It sparked fierce debate in the comments section as many people said she was, quote, sad and problematic. In exchange, Talitha boldly argued, if you're making $50K, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date because courtship costs. Everything costs. And I was thinking now, when we first started dating, were you making $50K?
I was making more than 50,000.
Okay.
But I wasn't making, I was living, it was a wonderful living experience for that year. I was living with 3 other dudes in a townhome. It was awesome. It was like a halfway house for 30-year-old men.
It's so weird that I did date you because I really went from dating that rich guy in Northwest DC with the pool where we'd all go over and use his full bar and then he had a driver to, I went out to Fairfax to a house with... with a dog that would shit on the carpet and 4 men.
and you slept in the basement with me.
That was really... Now, what did I see in you? I did see potential. I really did. I did. There was something in you I thought, yes, I can mold this man.
In mold, you did. Let's go back to this.
Okay, what do you think?
This
What do you
one. She's a nut job. I look. I don't. Whenever I go on any of the popular podcasts that are out there, I'm a regular guest around town. I like to do my research, and this woman is or was essentially a sugar baby.
Don't come for my sugar babes. I love my babes.
She prefers, I believe the title she prefers is she dates up.
Yes, that's a very popular, yes.
Yeah, well, that just means you're a bit of a prostitute. So she changed her life. She was dating, she had 2 kids. She was in failed relationships. And then she started putting herself on these dating websites for wealthier men and who provide lifestyles. And so I think she's hooked up with some guy. I don't know if she's married now, but of course she's going to say, don't date anyone poor. And $50K, depending on where you live, is not necessarily poor. But that's such a terrible, it's a terrible bit of advice. And sure, perhaps it worked for her, but is she really in a good relationship right now? Or is she just with an older man who they have an agreement where she's going to put out and he's going to give her a lifestyle?
That doesn't sound so bad.
Well, it depends on what the older man looks like, I guess.
I've been with a few. And I think this is terrible advice, too. Mostly because I don't care if you're a sugar baby. I always think whatever you do it to the highest level, But my issue is where somebody is at. It's all about, like, what I saw in you was incredible work ethic, the kindness. Okay, the kindness. And there was at first, now it's flipped. And I do think this is true. But at first, you were way more obsessed with me than I was obsessed with you. And I loved that. Like, the rich guy in Northwest D.C. was really not obsessed with me. And I loved how much you, I think it was like our 3rd date. It wasn't even a date, really. You waited at a bar. I was out with my girlfriend, Celine. We were having dinner. We were at the Four Seasons. I was like, oh, yeah, he's waiting at some bar near my house. And I think you waited there for how long? An hour? You were chatting up some other poor guy at the bar whose life was going nowhere. And you hung out. I don't know. I just loved the commitment to me. Now it's reversed. I mean, I can tell you guys, I do everything to keep this man happy. I do. It's all about you. It is. But I loved, there were just so many, and you were so salt of the earth, and I loved the work ethic. And I thought, okay, this man I am never going to be without because, you had a sense of, just commitment to work, to not like you wanted this fancy lifestyle. I introduced you to that, but you did have I just knew that I would never be without because you would make it happen. And I think that's what it's all about. I never even thought about how much money you were making because I was making a lot more money at the time.
That I do remember. Whew. I thought I was the one being the sugar babe.
I know.
I thought I was the one who was dating up.
You were dating up. And, you kind of got very excited because you really lured me in and you said, I'm going to be the stay-at-home father that you've always dreamt of. And you're going to make all the money, which actually is probably still what's going to happen. But then it reversed roles. I left the radio station. And actually, I will tell you, there's so much more to it than the money. Because the reason I really fell in love with you is when my last radio job that ended, I took the severance money, I started my podcast, and it was really rough. Remember? I mean, it was like making no money. It was losing money. And there were moments in the first 2-3 years, I was like, I should quit this. It's not going to go anywhere. And you were the person that were like, first of all, you held down the fort financially. And 2, you were like, you can't go back to these old radio jobs. You're going to be unhappy. You know what you want. You've got to stick with it. And I was like, okay, most partners, especially with the role reversal of what I was making when we first met. And I was picking you up in a BMW. I was in the Beamer. Most people would not stick around. And you were like, we're going to get through it. And I was like, okay, that's invaluable.
Well, thank you. But enough about me, and we'll keep it back to the topic at hand. It's less about what is someone making, and it's more about where are they in their life.
Yeah.
There's something on it was trending on Twitter about this. It was another social media post about this woman trashing her man or trashing this date when they went to Shake Shack for dinner, and she was trashing him. And then that goes back to something where a couple months ago someone had posted, like, here are all the places you can't take me for dinner if you're going to try to be my man. And it was like a list of 30 different restaurants. You know what? If you do need to court individuals, but if someone's going to be so shameless in regards to, like, I can't take you out for a burger and fries, then, pardon my language, fuck off. You know, it's like, this is...
Yeah, but you didn't take me to Shake Shack. I think you have to make, I mean, look, I agree. I think some women's expectations, and men, I'm sure too, but I think a lot of women do have these expectations. Like, you're going to roll out, like, you're going to go to, you know, take me to Maestro's, like date number one. I mean, some men are, but most of the time they're divorced. You know, they already have kids. I mean, and if you want that, there's a lot of great men out there that are in that situation. But I think it's hard to expect a guy in his 20s, even early 30s, to do that, don't you think? Like, but I do think you got to go a little bit more effort than Shake Shack. To me, Shake Shack is fine on the second date, but like you got to like make a little bit. You took me to Ripple, which is now closed in Northwest DC, but that was a medium end place. No,
I get it. I understand this woman's perspective. I think it is skewed.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And if that is your deal breaker, then you're failing to acknowledge where that person is in life, what their character is, what your future might be able to build together. So, believe it or not, there's another internet personality who perhaps shouldn't be dispensing advice, or better yet, we shouldn't be listening to what she has to say.
There you go. Okay, we're going to wrap up with television that we're watching, because you have great taste in TV, and we love to watch television together. I have to thank Dr. Will Neem, though, at Horizon Fibroids. I love Dr. Will.
He's the best.
I'm telling you, if you've got fibroids, go and see him. If you're in the D.C. region, they accept almost all insurance. You can make an appointment at horizonfibroids.com. Many women that contact me, a lot of you guys have seen him. Do your own research. Women love him. 5-star reviews. And the other thing is, a lot of women listening to this know a girlfriend, or they themselves have had fibroids so badly they're on iron supplements to combat anemia, or they're getting blood transfusions every month. Do not do that. Dr. Will Neem is a top fibroid doctor. You can be getting a uterine fibroid embolization procedure, which is a very low downtime procedure that can shrink, get rid of, or completely eliminate your fibroids forever. It's obviously, he needs to see you and understand your situation. But make your appointment today at horizonfibroids.com. They accept almost all insurance. What are we watching on TV, Pookie? Pookie, it is always fun to watch television with you. You have great taste in TV. And you're kind enough to watch some Sister Wives with me, some Beverly Hills, RHOBH. But we've moved on. We've got some good shows.
Sister Wives, I've enjoyed.
You like it.
I'm fascinated by everything, the fact that it's what is happening on screen, and the fact that it's a television show as a whole is exciting stuff.
Isn't it? Okay, I really think I'm watching every single Monday. I release an episode. I'm only on episode 2. I really feel like you should jump in and starting in episode 3, because you are obsessed with Cody, and Cody flat ironing his hair in season 1. And you love the whole dynamic of him getting a 4th wife, because you said to me this morning, you're overwhelmed by 1. So how Cody has done 4.
There's a lot to unpack with that. But let's talk about more current TV than Sister Wives season 1 of 18. We're watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Amazon Prime. We like that. We have 1 episode left. I like Donald Glover. I've liked him on Community. I liked him on Atlanta. I'm not like a fan of his music, but I think he's a talented actor and creative person.
Help me understand. You're very intellectual. When I first tuned into this, I don't know who the woman actress is. I'm sure she's lovely, but I was so like, ugh. Like, they're both not that attractive. You know, I'm used to Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the movie. Mm-hmm. Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt. I mean, she seduced him so much. He left his wife. Like, that was like, I mean, they were so gorgeous on camera. So were they purposely trying to cast people that were not hot? Like, I don't get it. I will say this before I get more 1-star reviews. They grew on me. So I actually have to say the casting did a fantastic job, because the more I watched, I saw their chemistry grow. And I'm like, okay, I could see these two being together. they actually got better looking to me as it went on. But is that on purpose? Because I was very confused by the casting.
I bear in mind we still have an episode to go, and I don't want to also spoil anything for your audience who might not have seen or haven't started yet.
It's good.
But this is not a remake of the film. I think the film has its own aesthetic and its own world. There are similarities into the world that this story is part of. And so I would just say, if you're going to start watching the show, do not walk in with thoughts that this is a remake or a continuation of that movie, because it's just, there are some consistencies, but it is its own standalone story.
It's actually quite good. I have to say, like I said, at first I was just like, I don't, like, where's the sex appeal here? But then they really got sexier. They grew on me. I liked their chemistry, and the whole plot is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're also watching Dynasty, the Dynasty on Apple with Tom. What's it called?
Just to confirm, it's about the New England Patriots, not the '80s soap opera Dynasty.
Oh my God, I would love that too. I would love Dynasty. I mean, I was more of a Dallas girl though. And I watched, obviously I was like 2 years old in 1985, but I, love Dallas. I went back and watched it when I was in Ireland because Irish people always loved Dallas. They would ask me about Patrick Ewing and everything. I'm like, who?
Patrick Duffy.
Okay, well, whatever. Patrick wasn't he? Wasn't it the Ewings? It was the Ewings in the show.
Well, Patrick Ewing was a former NBA basketball player.
Oh well, Duffy Ewing, whatever. And so anyhow, I love Dallas, but this is the Dynasty Apple about the Patriots.
The cheating New England Patriots who won 6 Super Bowls. Yes, that's what we're watching.
I love it. It's so good. Tom Brady is just amazing. I'm such a huge Tom Brady fan.
He's
I love him.
He certainly is taking care of himself, and I'm sure he clear. I mean, he looks good. He looks younger than he did when he first got in the league, in 2004.
Honey, it's all that avocado pudding. That man looks...
Is that what he's injecting into himself?
Yes.
Okay.
He looks great. But wait, what do you think so far of it? There's 2 episodes that are out. Obviously, I'm a Mainer, and New Englander, from the beginning. So everybody I know, huge Pats fan. People were Drew Bledsoe fans back in the day. And then when Tom Brady came and Bill Belichick, it was like, this was the most amazing thing ever. You're in Boston. You love Boston. And, we were huge Pats fans.
We're in a golden age of documentaries.
Oh, so
and I think, and part of this was captured in COVID with The Last Dance, with the Michael Jordan Bulls documentary.
It was so good. And by the way, what was the one with Lenny Dykstra, my friend Lenny Dykstra, who sadly has suffered a stroke, so I hope he's okay. I've got to get in touch. But what was that one with the Mets? It was so good. Jimmy Kimmel did it. And I didn't even know anything about the Mets, and I loved that documentary. So
we're in a golden age of documentaries and sports documentaries. And what I find, what seems interesting about so far, and granted, it's only the first 2 episodes have dropped, is that this is a 10-part documentary about 20 years of the franchise, and everyone who had a role in it appears so far to be quite candid with it. And this is an organization that during its heyday was wrapped in secrecy. Bill Belichick was not someone who would answer questions to the media.
Smart.
Right. And his kind of man behind the curtain is a guy named Ernie Adams, who you would never really see or hear, and he's in it too.
Is he that unsuspecting guy, the older guy that's been his best friend since like childhood and drives around in a Subaru?
Yes, and he is often credited as part of like the brains of the operation, being able to identify things on the field, both for the Pats and their opponents, of what to utilize or exploit. So the fact that he is in it and quite talkative or vocal about it is something that's exciting to see where it's going to go.
Wow, I need a fixer. Maybe that'll be you.
Well, like Michael Clayton.
Yes, I need you to start studying these other podcasters. Find the the weakness. Find the where we can exploit this podcast game.
That's not a bad gig. I'll think about it.
Okay, well, let's see who we've got to be. Joe Rogan. Let's see, call her daddy. So you got some recon to do here. We've got some.
Why do those thumbs up and thumbs down?
I don't know. I've got to fix it. I think it's my Logitech camera that I have. I think it's on my Logitech. I can't figure out if it's on my Logitech or my Zoom, but isn't it really fucking annoying? It's really annoying.
Well, I'm wondering, like, are we live? Is there people thumbing?
No.
Whoa!
I know. It's probably AI. It's not live because there's no way people would be thumbs upping us on every topic, and it never does a thumbs fucking down.
They did a thumbs down when? Yeah, just like a few minutes ago.
What?
That's why I was confused. I'm like, what's going on here?
I can't figure out where it's coming from. I think it's coming from the Logitech. I hope we're live.
Hold on, let's try this. Hey, Logitech, you're terrible. No, nothing came out. Okay, well.
Are you guys live on AI? Where are you?
All right, well, you're
You
the
piece of shit. Give me a thumbs down right now, you motherfucker.
Wow, listeners at home really don't quite understand, but no, I'm eager to see. I think it's well worth the $10 Apple TV subscription, and
I mean, I'm canceling immediately after this is done. But I love for $10 or $20, I'm in.
Yeah, that's good. It's
really
good. It's good content.
It's good. All right. Brand new podcast episode tomorrow. We're back with TLC Talk. You could be joining this. Schman. Every single Wednesday, I give you the latest gossip and hot tea in the 90-day sphere. And there's a lot of controversy because there's some new seasons of 90 Day Fiancé coming down, and people are not happy about the casting. There's more. Christine Brown opened an Airbnb with her new husband, David Woolley, and apparently it's not going as planned. I'll tell you why. That's all tomorrow. In the meantime, you can join the Reddit, reddit.com/rpookie/thesarahfrasershow, and we'll be back tomorrow. Schman, any place that people can find you and follow you?
No.
You know,